Hey, it's DDD. Good afternoon and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about something that honestly for me is something historic and exciting, that being the female inductee of the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2017 being announced last night. For those of you who may not know, or even if you do, I think the one thing we can all agree on for now is that the woman announced for being the future inductee is someone who wasn't expected, at least not yet anyway. Now, there were rumors going around about this announcement before, and I took them with a grain of salt, simply because you can't always depend on blogs and rumors to be 100% true. However, a few weeks later, here we are, and now the 2017 female inductee for the Hall of Fame has been announced as former WWE superstar, the Glamazon, do a little better, Beth Phoenix. I mini reacted to this before in a previous video when it was just a rumor, but I didn't want to actually make a reaction video until it was officially announced. Now, for those of you who may have heard and remembered my opinion on the topic, I'm just going to reiterate my stance on the matter, and for those of you, which I'm sure is many, haven't heard my perspective, voila, here is D to spill the tea. Now, my official opinion on the matter. First of all, obviously, I want to give a huge congratulations to Beth Phoenix for being announced as a future inductee. I think it's well deserved, and it was only a matter of time. I especially am feeling happy about this because she's a woman from my nostalgic era, and basically the first one from that generation of mine to be inducted, which will now make her the youngest female inductee in history over Trish Stratus. Now, I'm not gonna lie, despite the fact that Beth's career happened during my childhood, and I'm genuinely happy for her, her family, and the announcement, I can't help but have mixed feelings on the matter, simply for the reason you'd expect and what other people are saying about it, most people. While Beth Phoenix is one of the most decorated WWE female superstars of all time, in my opinion, there are several other women in the history of the company who were more accomplished and should have received the honor before her. I think a lot of women were snubbed due to this announcement, which I don't think is fair at all. Women like Cyndi Lauper, Bull Nakano, Luna Vachon, Sable, and obviously, God rest her soul, the ninth wonder of the world, China. These are just to name a few women who, in my opinion, should have been announced before someone like Beth Phoenix. And I didn't even get to the generation before mine that got snubbed, so I think I'm making a pretty good point here. Some people will say they don't believe the order of inductees matter so long as their career accomplishments and accolades deserve a place in the Hall of Fame, which I personally disagree with. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and WWE will do things as they see fit. However, I do believe there should be a pecking order to who is chosen to be inducted each year. I kind of find it weird too that WWE doesn't think like this, because from being a fan over the years, it seems that would be something they would care about. Pecking order in WWE plays a lot in politics within the company, and usually it's kind of a first come, first serve type of mentality. This is why, as a rookie in the business, you are expected to be very respectful at all times and at all costs to any and everyone who has came before you. So with that mentality, it's kind of hard when WWE picks and chooses when they want to enforce that. The one woman who everyone is talking about from the past they feel was snubbed the most is obviously the late China, which, even though I didn't grow up during that time, I wholeheartedly agree with. I don't need to be a fan of the Attitude Era to recognize and be aware of who China is and the obvious legacy she's left behind to actually help women like Beth Phoenix get her foot in the door. Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm not saying that China is better than Beth Phoenix because I honestly don't believe she was. People have to remember that China was around during a time where professional wrestling was at its peak of popularity, meaning that obviously way more people are aware of who she is and what she's done. However, it doesn't give anyone an excuse to be biased and automatically put someone like China over someone like Beth Phoenix because, to be honest, China was never really a great wrestler from what I've personally seen. I'm not saying she was horrible. I think she was decent. But what China really had going for her was a unique look, build, and her amazing strength. She was the first woman of her kind to be in the company and had that unique of a look and level of strength to her. And she also had a presence about her that made her stand out from the rest. She was the first woman to compete in the usually male exclusive annual yearly Royal Rumble match and actually competed in the mid-card men's division for a good part of her career, even winning the Intercontinental title at one point. If I'm not mistaken, China may be in fact the only woman in history to have won that prestigious title. That's something that Beth can't even lay claim to. However, keep in mind that it's really not fair to compare success in that regard because times were also different back then. However, these reasons previously mentioned are why I believe China definitely should have had the honor and privilege of being inducted into the Hall of Fame before Beth Phoenix because she was the original real trailblazer of women with an Amazon build and superhuman strength. But besides my feelings on that end of things, overall, I'm happy that Beth is going to receive the honor of being inducted and take her place in the Hall of Fame. Now, I also want to address another point that I've noticed has been brought up frequently as well in reference to this announcement. There's quite a few people who have been going around saying that Beth Phoenix doesn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, which I think is pure bullshit. You know, it's one thing to say you believe someone or others deserved to be inducted before her, but it's another thing to completely try and discredit her career and what she's accomplished. Did China accomplish more, some of the things that Beth Phoenix has? And first, yes, but that still doesn't take away from what Beth Phoenix has done. I've noticed that a lot of fans who have been a part of the WWE universe for years and decades are pretty biased when it comes to their opinions of the nostalgia. But to be honest, personally, I don't respect opinions that come from an immature perspective like that because, again, you're just being biased. Beth Phoenix is a former three-time WWE Women's Champion. There's not many former multi-women's champions in history. She's a former Divas champion, one of the longest reigning Divas champions. She's one of the few women to have won the old school women's title and the Divas title on separate occasions. She won the first ever tables match for the women with Natalia against Lay Cool back in 2010 at TLC. She competed in the first ever Extreme Makeover match. She was the second woman out of three to be in the Royal Rumble. Like all of these things that these are accolades and these are things that are kind of a big deal. You know what I mean? So even if it was going years down the line, looking back, someone like Beth Phoenix definitely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. She was one of the top women during her era. And during an era where women's wrestling wasn't taken seriously, she was a diamond in the rough. So she definitely deserves to have her spot in the Hall of Fame. It's not about whether she deserves it. It's about the timing for me. But there's no question in my mind that obviously Beth Phoenix one day, eventually, yes, deserved her spot in the Hall of Fame. So that's how I feel about it. I am, like I said again, very excited for the fact that she's being inducted because I really feel like this is the first woman, like I said, from my era who's being inducted. So it kind of makes me feel a little old in a way. I'm just happy for her. To be honest, I'm even surprised that she's getting the honor from her era to be inducted first because I figured that might have really went to like Lay Cool or Michelle McCool. Or maybe even Mickey James. I feel like those two have had a more of a decorated career than Beth Phoenix, but I mean, hey, cool. I really just wonder what made them make the decision. I really don't want to say Edge. I've been seeing that too, like people saying Edge is the reason, but I don't want to believe that only because I mean, look at Michelle McCool. Her husband is the Undertaker. You know what I mean? Like, so you would think that if that really had something to do with their decision making, if anything, the pecking order, they would have put in Michelle McCool first, being as though she's Undertaker's wife. So I don't really know what motivated them to make the decision. And I know everyone's screaming China this, China that, but it's really not even just about China. Like there were several women who like WWE skipped to induct Beth Phoenix this year. So I mean it is what it is, but I can't help but I do kind of feel the bitterness for some people because I feel like it would have only made sense to induct China before Beth Phoenix. You know what I mean? I kind of feel like that's a bit of a slap in the face to China in a way. But like I said, overall, still happy for Beth Phoenix. I'm curious as to who's going to induct her. I'm trying to think. Not really too sure. I can't really think of it right now. What if it's Mickey James? You never know. Speaking of Mickey. Um, and the only reason why I'm saying that is a possibility is because she's someone who Beth Phoenix has had known feuds with, popular feuds with. She's been one of Beth's greatest rivals, so I just figured that can make sense. But we'll see. I can't wait to hear her speech. It's just I'm just happy. I'm here for it. Uh, so that's my opinion on it. And in order to avoid rambling, I will end the video. It's a little shorter than I guess I expected, shorter than my usual videos. I guess that's why I'm like stuck. Like, is there anything else I should say? But nope, I believe I said it all. I made my point. So that's it. I'm gonna post this video now. This has been my reaction to the announcement of Beth Phoenix being inducted into the Hall of Fame. You know, I think I want to do a little something else too. Like, I want to make another video dedicated to Beth Phoenix and her being inducted to the Hall of Fame. I'll probably do it around WrestleMania time, the night or the day of the Hall of Fame ceremony. I'll do like a top 5 favorite Beth Phoenix moments from her career, and I'll really take the time to watch her career back, watch highlights and different things like that, and give y'all the content, bruh. So until next time, y'all know who it's been. It's been DDD. And y'all can like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll probably be back tonight to react to SmackDown Live. I'm not going to promise you guys that. I might not. But if I do not react live to SmackDown, I will definitely be back the following day to review it, like I did last week. So, until next time, you guys enjoy your day, stay safe out there, and bye. Yo!